Mother's Day show with a difference. Iwer 2, The Transformation. Naparima Bowl Amphitheater. Showtime 6 p.m. Performances by Empress Ajay.
We were made to serve God.
Terry Lyons.
I said they walk in. Granny say, girl, you have to die your life.
Freetown Collective.
Million people coming down, dancing to a song.
Banjala.
To the drumming of the queen of the ancient
Wasafoli Performing Company, Lois Lewis, Shiva Manik and Jar. Special feature by Soul Oasis Cultural Ambassadors. A Mother's Day show with a difference. Come, let's celebrate the feminine divine energies. Iwer 2, The Transformation. For tickets, contact 482-3111, 343-2526, 678-2843, and Naparima Box Office on the day of the event.
As how beautiful we are, for the near of fire, yeah. Oh, the clothing line features t-shirts, checks, polos and shirts. Oh, dashiki, lady v-neck, lady tank top, and baby jeans, yeah. Dresses and
On Saturday, May 7th, get ready for Mother's Day show with a difference. Iwer 2, The Transformation. Naparima Bowl Amphitheater. Showtime 6 p.m. Performances by Empress Ajay.
We were made to serve God.
Terry Lyons.
I said they walk in. Granny say, girl, you have to die your life.
Freetown Collective.
Million people coming down, dancing to a song.
Banjala.
To the drumming of the queen of the ancient
Wasafoli Performing Company, Lois Lewis, Shiva Manik and Jar. Special feature by Soul Oasis Cultural Ambassadors. A Mother's Day show with a difference. Come, let's celebrate the feminine divine energies. Iwer 2, The Transformation. For tickets, contact 482-3111, 343-2526, 678-2843, and Naparima Box Office on the day of the event.
As how beautiful we are, for the near of fire, yeah. Oh, the clothing line features t-shirts, checks, polos and shirts. Oh, dashiki, lady v-neck, lady tank top, and baby jeans, yeah. Dresses and
Yes, so we are here once again on the Ifa Orisha Way of Life.
Ashe.
We give thanks to the Almighty Orishas and our ancestors for having us here. Another Monday night. We are streaming live on Shit 919 FM Facebook page. We're streaming live on Iwer TV, on YouTube. You know, we just had a little late start there, a little technical difficulties, but it has all been sorted out. So we're here again. So I'll ask Shaka to give open us with the Iba, and we take it from there. Shaka.
Cabo, Trinidad and Tobago, our supporters, our well-wishers. We give praise and thanks to our divine Creator on this day. According to our sacred Urdu scriptures, out of Akara Onwari, Olodumare is the universal spirit guiding our universe. According to Iwer Ogbe, Ifa tells us that nothing we do in this life we must exclude paying homage to our Creator. So we say Iba Olodumare. Iba to our Ori. Iba to our progenitors, our mother, our father. Iba to our ancestors whose shoulders we stand upon. Iba Barami Agboniregun, or Enmela, our witness to fate and witness to us choosing our destiny. Iba Akoda, Iba Asheda, the first students of Orinmela. Iba Yeye Oshun, Oreo, Omio, Otao, Edao, Erio, Agbao, Mokore Yefu Oshun. We pay homage to Baba Yeshu. May Baba Yeshu continue to open the road for us. We pay homage to Ogun Lakaye, Oshimole. Baba Ogun, continue to clear the pathway for us, your devotees and children. We pay homage to Orishanla, Orisha. We pay homage to Baba Shango, Kabesio. May justice meet us. According to Ifa, in Utura Ogunda, to anyone who's listening at this time, Ifa tells us that if you are feeling as though your enemies have placed you and put your back against the wall, Ifa says, according to Utura Ogunda, that your life is not ruined. Ifa tells us that once we do our sacrifices, once we believe and live in accordance to how we are destined to live, we shall overcome. So we shall overcome all negativity. We shall overcome all principalities. We shall overcome all evil. Ifa tells us in Iwori Ika Sheresh Here that an evil doer destroys themselves with half of their misdeeds. So Ifa tells us that we should not fear. Ifa says those who throws ashes of evil, the ashes of evil will blow back on them. So may we be victorious in this land. May we be victorious in our homes. And may we be victorious in fulfilling our divine destiny and purpose. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
I'll just like to say pleasant good night to the folks on Facebook here. Jay, she's on board here, always on board. She has a big concert coming up, Iba. We need to support our people on Mother's Day night. You know, it's a concert that we are all looking forward to. So let us come out in our numbers and full up Naparima. All in the car park. You know, let us show our strength in numbers.
Facts.
You know, a lot of, you know, it have the Gog brothers, it have the
Young
Calypso Queen, Mrs. Lyons, she's there.
Yes, Ben.
There's also reigning Young King, the longest reigning Young King, Banjela.
Yes, man.
You know, a strong cast. You know, I gotta say good night to Juliana. She says Alafia, Dylan Duke, and Mugabe Kenyatta, and the entire Ifa Orisha. Ingrid Ayunte in St. Martin, she's always locked on.
We give thanks.
Liz Peterkin is locked on. Lisha Sylvan is locked on. Baba Olakela, Masatunji from Olodumare down there in Pity Valley. The elder is on. He says Alafia, continued peace and progress as we regard ourselves and rechart our cause, Benny.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
You know, Denise Wood, she's locked on. Good night, everyone. Kareem Sinclair says, Aborabo Yabo Shishe. Leon says, Ashe. Ifasiun says, blessed night. You know, not Mother's Day night. Thank you, for the correction. And not Mother's Day night. It's Saturday. You know, it's so grand. You know what I mean? It's so grand.
We're excited.
You know, we're excited. You know, we just and I can't wait to see you. You know, when you come out dress up, how you just look here. So, you know. But again, it's this time of the month, and we asking our sponsors, Jib by Jib, to fully block it. It's not free. We always say we give thanks to the Iwer George and his family and the Shit 919 FM for their opportunity for us to host this program right here. So we asking everybody to donate. And G. St. Paul, and pleasant good night to you. Yeah, she will put up the information where you can donate to keep this program flowing. Donna Ose Frederick says good night. She's locked on from Connecticut. So we say Jib by Jib, fully bucket people. Let us keep this program here and let us keep moving together as a people. So I'm going to play some ads now for the Ifa Orisha Way of Life and our sponsors thus far. Mara's Quality Store, the #1 importer and supplier of genuine products from Africa, located at Adams Bazaar Main Road, Shogunas. Contact number 672-8438, 320-8866. Gossip Gel Polish, gel with a difference. Contact number 3827587. Come, let us take care of your feet, Petty by Risi. They also sell butters. Contact number 3984474. Nubian Experience, clothing that tells part of our rich African history. Number 6 Woodford Street, Arima. Contact number 6881979. Oriomi, Nico Loggins, Health and Wealth Lifestyle. Number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. EMG out of Texas. Richie's Tire and Automotive Car Care Center. Number 409 Otello Drive, Hampton, Georgia. Sponsors for the Ifa Orisha Way of Life.
Also sponsored by the Throne of Gold for all your African supplies and clothing. Their contact number is 754-5128. That is the Throne of Gold. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Omo Inu, all things woman. For all your Yoni products, they are the sole women's haven distributor for Trinidad and Tobago. Their contact number is 365-4332. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Black Tie-Dye Catering Service, 683-8755. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Awo Wabande Tonic, 388-4606. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram. Ile Josio Turameji, Awo Oshun. Thank you.
Wale wa egungu ibao wale o persecution, horrors, Wolewa. When they try to oppress me, humiliate and stop me, Wolewa. I pour libation and send my supplication into the spirit realm. Wolewa. I'm standing strong, never will they let me down, Wolewa. with patience I'll rise again. Olewa. I must stay focused to fulfill my purpose, and I will conquer all. Ancestors, rituals or something. Hear us. Olewa, eh. Olewa, hear me. Olewa, Olewa.
Yeah.
Ancestors, we call on you to fight the fight on our behalf. Ancestors, we call on you to walk on our enemies. Asheo. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. Walk on them, 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 Yoruba ancestors, 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 walk on them, 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 walk on them. Ancestors, we call on you. Ancestors, we call on you. You came across the middle passage. Ancestors, we call on you. Some are shown up about some are show. Ancestors, we call on you. From this land of Trinidad, great warriors, we call on you. Walk on them, 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 Yoruba ancestors, 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 walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. Great mother, we call on you. Yonder, we call on you. Your children crying, craving for great mother, we call on you. When we bought this libation, we stood up for the nation. From the four corners of Trinidad, great mothers, we call on you. Walk on them, 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 Yoruba ancestors, 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 walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them. All the way from Africa land, they come in, they come in. All the way from Africa land, they come in to walk on them.
Manja sabla, 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 manja
Oh diviner, I want to see mother face. I want to see she face.
the ancient rhythm. To the ancient rhythm inside of you. Dance to the ancient rhythm. You got to move to the ancient rhythm. They must move to the ancient rhythm. To the drumming of the queen of the ancient rhythm. Queen of the ancient she watch me bold. It is you I'm talking to. Yes, you child. From the journey you can't get away. Ancient rhythm is here to stay. So go back and show the people the ancient rhythm inside of you. To the ancient rhythm, make them move. To the ancient rhythm, make them move. To the ancient rhythm, move to the ancient rhythm. To the ancient rhythm, make them move. They got to prove to the ancient rhythm, to the drumming of the queen of the ancient rhythm. Oh yeah, Mary, 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 oh yeah. Dance to the drums of the queen of the ancient rhythm.
I see mother. I see she.
Yo, Alex,
Yes. So we at it again. You know, what we tend to do on the program is highlight and showcase the Orisha community and members within the Orisha community showcasing their talents. You know, whether it be dance, whether it be song, wherever. You just reach out to us, and we here on the Ifa Orisha Way program will put you guys out there. So, you know, we say sponsors, we're looking forward for the continued support. We got to say congratulations to the Umelo Ojubo Shrine in Egypt Village in Shoguanas, you know, led by HSM Arula, Baba Arula Fakayode on the Shakpana Ubaluaye Festival, National Ubaluaye Festival. It was well put together. I attended on the Tuesday and the holiday itself, Spiritual Baptist holiday, where we journeyed into the forest in Central, and the Ebo was great. Everything was great. Orisha spoke, they came, most important, and all reached back to their places, their residents safe. So tonight, you know, we are going to have a discussion concerning Ifa. So get your pens, get your pencils. You know, it's
put on your thinking
caps.
Yeah,
put on your thinking caps. You know, talk to Uri. You know, we are going to do some studying, some explanation and clarifying here. So I'd like to say pleasant good night to all Elias Palace, all across Trinidad and Tobago. I'd like to say pleasant good night to Baba Ifa Lashe, Igunleti Pomeleri, Yaga, you know, all the elders who have been instrumental in my nurturing, you know, Mama Umatayo, Baba Elobion, Okela Masatunji, you know, all the elders who day in, day out has been instrumental in our development. My Yanifa Olori Abaye, who is now in the US. So Shaka, we going at it, you know.
Yeah, man.
Why is your Ifa not working after starting Ifa Italodu? Ifa initiation, known as Itafa or Italodu in Yoruba dialect, is no stranger to your ears. And if it is, then you have to learn the fundamentals of Ifa initiation before this particular post makes sense to you. Shaka?
Abu Raboye. Ekabo again. Welcome. And this is to highlight something that is very much sensitive, that I would say, because a person would come for initiation.
Many.
And when we speak about come for initiation, it means that you have been given your Odu, or what we like to say on the Ifa Orisha way of life, you have been given your blueprint. The blueprint that would outline your destiny, right? A person would come for initiation, and that would arm them with the necessary information that would help a person to walk their destiny.
Sure.
And what tends to happen is that after a person is initiated, and maybe the Babalawo or the Ianifa would have revealed certain things to them. Like example, what Ifa would see in that person's future. Because Ifa tells us that one cannot wake in the dawn of one's life and not know what is their road, what they have to do in this life. So after initiation, when a person finds out what they have to do in life, that is where sometimes issues come. Because in order to fulfill your destiny, you must first know what your destiny is.
So true.
And the second part to that is you would have to live it in order to fulfill it.
Self-initiate.
So as a young devotee, or as a person who is recently initiated, there's a period where you would feel as if things not going, things not working. You would then begin to question, why is it that things are so hard in my life? But Ifa tells us, according to Iwer Onwori, that we must stay steadfast in the words of Ifa. Because sometimes when you get your blueprint or your Odu, you would need 100% to follow your taboo.
So true.
To follow your taboo in order to become successful in this sojourn of our lives.
So Shaka, just for the person who might be now tuning in to this program for the first time, as we say taboo, just...
Now, when we say taboo, taboo is spiritual poison.
Many.
And when we say spiritual poison, it simply is, there are things in this world that is not for all of us. Case in point, you would have two children born of the same parent. One of them could wear any color. But the moment you put one of those child in red, they would start to behave in strange ways. And you would then not know why this child is behaving like that. But certain things in this world activate and give different reactions.
So true.
So when a person is initiated, that person would know what would activate them and what would not activate them. Like it have some people who cannot wear red. It have some people who cannot wear black. And if it is, we understand what our uniqueness is on our spiritual journey, that is what will take us closest to Olodumare.
Yeah.
Because in order to fulfill your destiny, you must know the intricacies of who you are. And Ifa tells us that the greatest thing on this fair, on this earth, is self-actualization. That is knowing your purpose, knowing who you are and being focused on who you are, because that would alleviate problems that would lead persons down a wrong road and the path of destruction. So it's important to know who you are and what you are uniquely created to do. Because sometimes the things in which a person might engage in would not ideally be for them. A person may have been created to become a farmer, and they would have excelled in being a farmer. But because you do not know what you had been created for, you then find yourself, going in different things that would not bring success to you. So that is why it's important to stay on the path of one's destiny. Asheo.
So we go again. We have another, the discussion tonight is about why is your IFA not working after starting IFA Italodo. So I continue here. Almost all, if not all, practitioners have had IFA initiation. Even those who are not practitioners are initiated for a convinced reason known to them. However, some IFA initiates raise their respective voices, lamenting why their initiation is futile. No improvement, no progress or any kind. Shaka just spoke about that. Despite the certainty of being rich or having any desire at all, after initiation, everything seems to be stagnant. Some even went from bad to worse. Some even abandoned IFA because of these unfortunate reasons. When experiencing this, numerous questions come to mind. Among them are, why is this Italodo IFA not effective? Why is IFA initiation overrated? Why are my problems still not resolved despite what the IFA has assured me? IFA still exists, to mention few among many. Shaka.
And this is real questions. And these are the things in which need attention. Because when a person finishes initiation, that is when that person must first understand, here what now? I am initiated, so now my journey now starts. So it's now also incumbent on that devotee to reinitiate themselves into what they have to live. Because before the point of initiation, a person may have not known who they were. And now as they got initiated, and now as they had gotten initiated, they had gotten the information to arm them in order to move forward in this world. So when we talk about why your IFA is not working, it simply means that you need to have some patience.
Really?
And when we speak about having patience, it means that, say that your Udu is Oyeku Logbe or Yeku Ogbe, it means that you have to be patient in order to receive what blessings is there for you. Sometimes a person might want riches one time, but not all of us are destined to be rich early in life.
And sometimes that riches with money.
And even to add it to that, some people, riches, like persons who may have the Udu Ogbeate, they would have wealth later on in life. Money, big houses, this and that. But not all of us are destined to have the same things at the same time. It is not practical. So hence why Ifa always tells us, according to Ogunda Bede, that we must have the patience. We must practice suru. Suru. You know, that patience, that would be the vehicle to get us where we have to be. Because also in Ejiogbe, Ifa tells us, let us not grasp at the rope of wealth hurriedly. So when you get initiated, you have to pay the price of walking the road of patience. Because now your Ori is now opened, and you know where you have to go. But Ifa is not magic, you know. Ifa is not magic. all Ifa is. It's practical truth, practical information about you into where you have to be. So it's not about magic and the Babalawo or the Ianifa or the Ojubona. These people will do rituals to make you rich. It's your Ori. Okora Oshe tells us it's your Ori. You need to give your Ori that truth to navigate yourself to where you have to be. You must be patient. You mustn't be looking at what your brother have or what your sister have, because sometimes, hear this, you will become aware that in life you may be destined to be a farmer, but you're looking at your brother or your sister and you find here what? My sister is a lawyer, that looking much more lucrative, and you abandon what you were created to do, and then it will cause hardship to you because you are not putting yourself in the alignment in which Olodumare created you. Olodumare tells us, in fact, Ifa tells us in H. Yogbe, behave as the way you were created. So once you have a purpose, fulfilling your purpose would grant you bountiful success. Sometimes you might find that here what? You're doing ebo, you're doing sacrifice. But the key for the answer of all prayers and the key for your
good character
ebo to be accepted is sincerity.
Good character.
Sincerity. Offer your ebo with sincerity. Plead with the Orisha with sincerity. Pay homage to your parents with sincerity. If you are married, pay homage to your wife with sincerity. Pay homage to your ancestors with sincerity, and things will go well for you. And that is what Ifa tells us, because these are the energies that would assist us in order to move forward and out of hardship and stagnation. Because Ifa wants us to expand. Olodumare doesn't want a person, to feel uncomfortable, but we must stay on what Ifa tells us and what the Orisha tells us and what the ancestor tells us, because all of them speak the word of Ifa.
Ashe. Just like to touch some of the comments here. Long time we haven't heard from Jimmy Simmons. She says, good night, just passing through. If persons are having problems with their Ifa or it's not working for them, it's because some issues persons face is not spiritual. Lisha says, so true. Wait, pray and praise. Jimmy says, some people want the end results and not the process. Nothing is acquired without work. Baba Olakila Masatunje says here, I suspect that there are many types of initiation. Each is unique and peculiar to the particular Orisha into which a person becomes. Initiate, as Brother Shaka said, the journey continues with intensity after the initiation rituals and process. Jamie says here, quick fixes and no sorrow, but if we focus on our part and not watch what others have acquired in short time, is based on what and how. Some people want other persons walk on destiny. It doesn't work like that. Everybody is not cut from the same cloth. This is so true. So we continue here. These are questions that every common man finds himself in this situation would ask himself, and we would like to guide you through the answers so that they are stored in your long-term memory. Fraudulent reason. The proliferation of babalawos, especially the so-called Facebook babalawos, is on the rise. I'm going to read this again. The proliferation of babalawos, especially the so-called Facebook babalawos, is on the rise. The criteria for differentiation between the original and the latest can be built because of the rebellious tactics that fakes adopt. Even to the greatest shock, some of the so-called prolific babalawos have joined the disheartening trend. They compromise Ifa messages whenever they consult Ifa for you. They enforce the need to start Ifa not primarily because of their importance, but because of their financial greed. Since the Ifa initiation costs relatively a considerable amount of money, at least 1,000 as they charge, they see it as a quick way to acquire wealth, which is why they code the Ifa initiation for potential clients. You need to be initiated into Ifa so you don't lie, you don't die. Some even say you're rich, and that must be done in the shortest amount of time. That's what they say, but the Ifa never said that. So what psychological effect does this have on you? I don't want to die. I want to be rich. So you keep saying to yourself and then fight hard to save money for a mock initiation. In the end, you don't find anything working for you because the so-called Ifa initiation is nothing more than a scam. Shaka?
In terms of us accessing what is genuine, a person must understand that this is the world we are living in. And if you are looking for spiritual growth and elevation, one must first know that it's not a quick fix something. Ifa is not magic. And even though there would be persons who would perpetuate acts of fraud and acts of fake, it is incumbent on a person who is seeking spiritual advice and spiritual help to consult those who are prudent and wise. Odi Iwer tells us that one must seek the counsel of the prudent and the wise. Don't ever act desperate for spiritual help. Always use wisdom. Your Ori is your first God.
Ben.
Your first compass.
So true.
Your first navigator. So, as much as we live in a world where some of our sacred practices have been corrupted, let us remember that our Olodumare does not sleep.
Sure.
Our ancestors does not sleep.
Sure.
Our Egbe does not sleep.
Sure.
So even though it may have those fakes on the social media,
Facebook and YouTube,
Instagram,
all over,
and they may be seeking, to find shortcuts in order to extract money from people who are seeking spiritual help. It is incumbent on you, the person. Use wisdom.
Ben.
Use wisdom. You must be able to ask questions. You're looking for help? Start to ask around. Ask questions. You would be guided. Your Ori would guide you. Ask questions. Ask about this person. Because look at what we do in our society. If our system is looking to take on recruits, they would send persons in the community to find out about that person. So it's incumbent upon you to ask about this person. You cannot meet somebody on Facebook who acknowledges themselves as a Babalawo, and you taking that as if it's the full truth. You have to investigate that person. Have you met that person before? There was a time someone put up pictures from My Shrine's Oshun Festival, and that person was quite in Africa, and they posted the pictures. So I asked, wow, is this at your residence? And the person said yes. That was their initiation. I'm telling you. So you have to be careful. People would steal pictures from festivals all over, compile it, and post it as if it is theirs.
Make a catalog.
They will make a catalog as if it is theirs. And you have to be careful seeking spiritual help.
And a lot of people get interpreted.
Yes, it have.
A lot of people.
It have. There is an instance whereby there were persons who was defrauded of thousands of dollars by people they met on Facebook. Because as we know in our tradition, a true spiritualist do not advertise themselves like that.
Man.
It is by your works people would know you.
Ifa says they will come to you.
Yes, it is by your works people would know you. Back in the day of ancient old, Arun Mela did not advertise himself. Yeye Oshun did not advertise herself. It is by their works people knew who they were. So if you looking in the newspapers and you seeing people off or in serve, it says, I would tell you, turn that page quick. And I make no apologies in saying it. Turn that page quick.
Before we go to the break, I just want to touch some of the comments here. People receiving consecrated items that has no ashe from con, so it can never work in favor of them. So true.
Facts.
You know, Jamie says here, and the hurtful part is that they're using the tradition Ifa. Something's coming in here, boy. Using the traditional Ifa and the Orisha and making the good ones look bad. What about the fear intact from those cons threatening to harm family members if they don't receive money? Wow. Brother Shaka, the fakes are not only on Facebook and Instagram. However, the situation can be resolved with proper organization, with authority within our own community.
Facts, Baba.
Thank you very much for that statement there.
Facts, Baba.
Baba Olakila Masatunji from Elodumari Shrine in Simeon Road in Pity Valley, you know. A very, very strong
organization
and Baba with a lot of
information
and wisdom, you know, and this is
experience.
This is an adept Babala who you can go to and seek counsel, you know.
Benny.
So people, we are going to go for a short break. You know, we are having a discussion about Ifa. You know, we don't want you guys to give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up, and don't take your hard-earned money and send it cash up. And
you never meet the person.
And all these kind of things, and you know those people, they are adept Babalaozi and Ifas right here in Trinidad and Tobago who you can go to and seek counsel. Yes. Yes, so we're gonna go for a little break here and we're gonna come right back at you guys. You know, so Shaka, you see what has been going on in the place.
Yeah, we had to be careful.
It's that serious. It's that serious.
We need to understand that patience will take us where we need to go. Use wisdom.
Yes.
Use wisdom. You don't deal with things with uncontrolled passion.
So true.
As H. Yogbe always advises us, don't deal with things with haste. You know you want it now, no. Sometimes that may be your journey in life to overcome a particular obstacle, to share a testimony to someone down the road who might be on the brink and looking to give up. You know that?
So true.
Sometimes things might happen in your life And sometimes it is destined to be so. Look at my Ujub, Ona Baba Upak, when they told me he survived 2 fires. 2 of his properties at one time had been burnt to ashes. So the other day he was telling me this story, you know, about how it is he overcame that. So sometimes, no matter what you're going through, you mightn't
Get
see,
ready for
you know,
Mother's
the
Day show
light
with a
in the
difference.
situation.
Iwer 2, The Transformation. Naparima Bowl Amphitheater. Showtime 6 p.m. Performances by Empress Ajay,
We were made to serve God.
Terry Lyons,
I said they walking. Granny say, girl, you have to die tonight.
Freetown Collective,
Million people coming down, dancing to a song.
Bangela,
To the drumming of the queen of the ancient
Wasafoli Performing Company, Lois Lewis, Shiva Manik and Jar. Special feature by Soul Oasis Cultural Ambassadors. A Mother's Day show with a difference. Come, let's celebrate the feminine divine energies. Iwer 2, The Transformation. For tickets, contact 482-3111, 343-2526, 678-2843, and Naparima Box Office on the day of the event.
There will be an experience, yeah. Oh, this clothing line is all about opening the black man's mind. All about reminding us as how beautiful we are for the near of yeah. Oh, the clothing line features t-shirts, checks, polos and shirts. Oh, dashiki, lady v-neck, lady tank top, and baby jeans, yeah. Dresses and
We back on board here
Ashe.
on the IFA Orisha Way of Life on the street 919 FM. Yours truly, Alatumiche Ifa Bamiche Aganki, and my co-host King Shaka,
Benny.
my brother, you know. We have been toiling, you know, so we continuing the discussion. So we continue. Most initiates do not have the adequate knowledge of IFA initiation. They do not know the benefits, depth, essences of initiation. They fail to seek more knowledge about how the IFA initiation works, and that is why they are disappointed. At the end of the initiation, some even believe that IFA initiation works like magic. However, I will tell you that not every self-acclaimed Babalawo knows the benefits due to Italodu. Most ensure that generic wishes are fulfilled so you can be convinced to get started. I'll stop right here. Shaka?
Ogbe Oyeku, Ifa tells us that taking time to develop one's wisdom, one's intelligence, would assist them to overcome all obstacles.
Ashe.
So as we had seen that some persons may think that Ifa Orisha is about magic. It's clearly not. And with no apology, we at Ifa Orisha Way of Life would feel sorry that we are bursting that bubble. Because it is not about magic. It's about taking the information as it pertains to you, your uniqueness, and walking that road. So even though you come out of an initiation, and the Babalawo would have said that, here what? Ifa sees Ire Aiku, Ire of long life, Ire Omo, Ire of children, Ire Aje, Ire of wealth. Even though some of these blessings or asher would be revealed to you, you need to use your patience and put your ori where your ori need to be, because it is your ori that would make you successful. Because even though a person's destiny would outline that they would be wealthy in life, or that person might be a leader, a king, a doctor, a lawyer, a farmer, it is your ori that will determine how successful you are. It could be in your destiny to become anything in this world, but the bottom line that assures success, it is your ori, one's attitude. Because if your attitude is correct and your behavior is in sync with the divine principles of what is expected as a human being, you would be successful in everything that you do. But you must exhibit that patience. You must have good character. Iwapele, you must have good character. Because a person could be destined to become anything in this world. But if you do not have good character, you would not have nothing. You might just have a title, but they may not have essence behind it, and you wouldn't be afforded that respect when you have that good character. Persons must be able to say things that mirrors you. Ashe? Persons must be able to say things that mirrors you. And you don't want people to say things that is negative. So that is why Ifa tells us in Ika Iwuri, what you send out is what you would get back. Yeah. So you put out that good energy, that good energy would find you. So you are looking for someone, to take you through the process of initiation. Again, don't look on Facebook to look for any babalawo. Don't look. Hence why we give praise and thanks to our elders in this land of Trinidad and Tobago. We have elders in every sector of our society. We have elders down Dago. We have in Arima. We have in Central. We have in South Trinidad. Get to know your elders. Get to know them. Because they have information just waiting to give you. It doesn't make sense. You run on Facebook, haven't met a person who is advertising spiritual work. You never met them. And you run and you put your money there. And then you end up in more trouble. And even though it is not just on Facebook alone, even in the places and spaces where we reside, there would be persons who may not have, the competence of knowledge in order to do things. But we are not here, to point any fingers at anyone. All we are simply doing is highlighting to our people to be careful. To be careful. And if you feel that someone have wronged you in any way, be careful in looking for revenge. Be careful, because sometimes you could be wrong like and you go and you're looking for justice, and you are wrong. And our energies would not support a person who is doing wrong. So we have to be careful. You have to have that patience and that humility to understand here what? I judge things by hearing both sides. And if you and that person cannot see eye to eye, look for a competent elder or some people who would help you and that person to overcome whatever challenge that you are having. A lot, Umishe, because long time in the community where I lived, if there were any disturbance in evening time, you would see some elders appear, looking, to put things back in balance. You know what I mean?
It's something that society missing today.
Yeah. We have to get back to our foundation roots in order to survive in these times. Because we cannot be running helter like headless chickens.
I like just to touch on some of the comments, Donna says here, I don't understand how our people fall for these scams. I was contacted by a so-called Baba out nowhere. He's saying he reading. I let him run his route. Then hi, great surprise. I read he instead. Boom. End of convo. Be smart, people. It makes me very upset.
Be smart.
And she says here, even in seemingly unfortunate situation, we need to look beyond towards the good, search for the positive.
Asha.
Yeah, she says character is everything.
Character.
Baba Olakila Masatunji says so. Brother Shaka, we need to encourage our wider community and even those already within to be willing to study and study patiently.
It's a fact.
We have lost the respect for study to develop wisdom.
It's a fact.
This program is one of the mediums available. All our Kapale should be education centers with leaders of repute. Jamie says, this is why I miss about Jamie, she's always on fire, Shaka. Why don't it have a list of qualified spiritual people? She says highlight them so persons know exactly who to go to. And G. St. Paul says, I always tell them, go brave.
And now, according to what Baba Olakila Masatunji is saying, is that again, if you, and this is something I would say here, you get initiated. Now is the time. In fact, even after you get initiated, you take time to learn. You take time to learn. You take time to learn.
Right.
You take time. Even though you might buy books and you read, it is still beautiful when you could sit with elders and discuss what you read. Because sometimes what you read may only be one perspective. In spirituality, you have to understand, even though you read certain things in books, that may not be the end all of it. There may be different things that you need to do in order to make your spiritual work manifest. So as Baba said, we have lost respect for studying.
So true.
You have lost you have to take time and study. You have to take time and sit at the feet of your elders, and they would know the correct time to launch you out. It have some people who only looking for shortcuts, and when you look for shortcuts and you mess up other people's lives, what you think would happen to you in the end? Because what you put out according to Iwer, good or bad, it will blow back on you. So you have to take time, study, have a teacher. Hence why on the program we always give homage to our teachers. Our teachers, our mothers were our teachers, our fathers were our teachers, our ancestors were our teachers, and we always give homage to them.
She's one teacher,
yeah, and we also give homage to our spiritual parents too. Because whatever you do, good or bad, reflects them, So hence why it is incumbent on all persons, when you are teaching your spiritual children, do not teach them to do anything evil.
Sure.
Because whatever you teach them, you will have to answer for that.